Alright, what's going on, everybody? Update 9.0 is finally here. So, with my actual internet speed, it should have taken me about 3 minutes to download. But because Xbox is the way they are, it took like 45 minutes. I don't understand it. It does it with everything. It's a nightmare. Doesn't matter if it's wired. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so man, okay. So if you're a fan of hunting games, folks, there's just a lot going on. So Call of the Wild just released update 9.0. It's with the Game Feeder pack with the hanging meat stands and stuff like that. Don't have that DLC. That's not what tonight's for. We're gonna be doing. We'll mess with that later on down the road, of course. But we got new mule deer, folks. There's some brand spanking new mule deer fur types, and well, we just happen to be on the mule deer grind, so why not try to find some of those brand new muleys? Um, Obviously, haven't had the best of luck when it comes toward rares on this grind. I've got like 9 or 10 at this point, which is kind of crazy because, well, we're pretty heavy in as far as kill count goes. This is a steep grind. Hang on, I'm adjusting. We gotta shut the capture card off and turn it back on because if I don't do that, the sound for whatever reason will be all weird. We're not about that life. I usually catch it before I go live like that, but I didn't this time. My bad. What else I need to do here on the computer side of things? Because for those of you that were around last stream, I explained, like, well, not the best of circumstances at the moment as far as the... Normally I'd have, like, you know, dual monitor set up and I could, like, actually, like, do things while I'm playing, but I can't do that currently, so that's why we're just sitting here doing nothing. I'm changing a setting or two. I need to get my counter pulled up. This has actually been super helpful for me, and man, I've been shooting a lot of mule deer. Got another 100, and we're at 4,250. That's kind of crazy. Actually, it's not kind of. That's a lot crazy. Maybe with this update, with the addition of some fur types, we get lucky and this dude's just there. I saw something spawn in there the second I dipped out of the tent. Man, it'd be real cool to see one of those new fur types tonight. That's a decent sized dusky grouse. First one on the board. Let's go. Hang on. Oh, I lost it. Dang it. Hang on. Stand by, folks. My apologies. We gotta... There we are. There we go. Let's just get to cooking. They did mention that they reset the populations of magpie, geese, and there was one other bird. Oh, I think... like quail? Something like that? Anyway, they didn't reset mule deer pops, so I'm curious to see what happens. Alright, no deer being here and that bear being there tells me that wolves have been present. It's early on to do this, but I'm just gonna back out now. We're gonna start a multiplayer session, kind of force everything in their zones. Hopefully I can transition here. Use the recoil to my help, or my advantage, I guess. I'll try to. Not quite, maybe? I hit him. Not great. He's going down. Oh, whiffed it. I was hoping that follow could smoke him. Kind of like that. Actually barely got the sing-along on that guy. Where's he at, buddy? I lost his track. Right there, and then it kind of poof gone. I know where that blood, unless he ran back on himself. Let's go, Lucky. Come on, 10 fabled. Alright, so Way of the Hunter 2 demo is out, and it looks good. Looks great. I have some concerns. We're definitely going to be playing it instead of running gunning tomorrow. Unfortunately, we we are going to be. I plan to, Lord willing, play Way of the Hunter 2, the demo, just to see what it's about. Because here's my thoughts and opinions on it. Like, it looks great and everything, and it's cool, all the stuff that's in it, but it's like, you've already got Way of the Hunter. What's going on? Why don't you just add that to the game? That's what's confusing me. Yo! Leave the fives for a few more run throughs just to make sure we got stuff squeaky clean. Man, this is not a good shot. I need to 22 him out of there. I mean, I'll say this: when Wave the Hunter released on PC, it was $30 when it came out, and that's a perfect price point for that game. Which one? Did not actually. I'm looking at it right now. That's awesome. Shout out Chopper. Chopper's an OG for those of you that don't know, and he's when it comes to Call of the Wild, he knows his stuff. Sorry, I got totally distracted. My guys. I don't know. That's really cool, man. Good news is that did give me enough time. For me, this is like time travel. I looked up and there, this guy out in the open, perfect, able, done for. That guy's beautiful. I am kind of suspicious he might troll, but he's big nonetheless. Hang on, I gotta jump back over to my... Stand by really quick, folks. Hang on, let's look at chat here. Rex! Dude, no, it's criminal. Trust me. It's criminal. Cameron says... What are the new Mule Deer? Stand by just really quick. Please be patient. I'm actually trying to respond to someone's amazing Facebook post or YouTube post. Okie dokie. So, as far as the brand new Mule Deer go, we're looking for, and this is like super exciting to me because, well, I'll be honest, my rares here. You know what else is criminal about a 4,000 plus kill grind? I have 9 or 10 rares to show for it. That's no joke, and most of them are dilutes. So I'm a little butthurt about it, and I'm kind of hopeful with this update that maybe, just maybe, I'll get lucky as far as like rares. Maybe. I mean, if we're shooting Mule Deer, at least can I at least get some rares in here, you know, every once in a while. Diamonds or whatever, but like, where's my rares at? And where's my great one? Like, for real. Is it ASCII Ridge? I should have popped smoke in this map a long time ago. I don't know. Anyway, so that's a long way to say. So Etheristic Red, Etheristic Isbaline. I don't know. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. And Mosaic. Now I've personally not the only one I've seen. I couldn't tell you which one it is. So now that said, I'm a weirdo as far as a content creator aspect. Probably not the best, but like I like to be really part of you guys. Like I want to know what's going on just by like figuring it out in a way. Not that I haven't, you know. I know what's going on as far as the update goes. I'm really excited to play with the feeders. Calling in big cats could make lions interesting, could make tigers interesting. All sorts of stuff, man. Some nerd out there, I said this last time, some nerd out there is going to figure out a way to utilize those feeders for some insanity in this game, I'm telling you. That's weird. There's not any male Mule Deer, and there should be. The annual, tongue twister. the only animal populations that got reset are magpie and stubble quail on Emerald Coast. I didn't see any males. I don't know what's going on with this. I'm just going to move on. Just going to drive on here. I was just going to shoot these guys, but I got a little bit of hunting pressure that I don't want to add more to. I don't like this zone because I have to kind of sneak up to it. You can see in Esky Ridge, these things are kind of like set up in these like weird little bowls, and there's no real good approach to them. I was going to try to pop him too, but he's zigging and zagging, and I'm not feeling like tracking one 4 miles. Yet, anyways, it's inevitably going to happen, but... really hoping they did is they ninja pop resetted Mule Deer somehow without messing anything up. I don't know. I mean, all my muleys. I'd be actually really mad if they pop resetted the muleys, because I should have shot those 5s at this point, but I'm kind of at the point I'm tired of looking at them. Kind of want to shoot them. Oh yeah, the community challenge is to shoot deer with the 243. Let's see what this bad boy does. We were doing it the other night. It's not terrible as long as we get a heart shot. 250 to 290. We're gonna aim right about shoulder there. And we'll shoot him again because it's 243. Yeah, I regret doing this, guys. But for you new guys out there, it's doable. That guy's going down. It would have been the same if I shot him in the antler with the 300, but he's a dead deer, you know? It's a trophy on the wall if you're into that thing. He's still not dead yet. There he goes. I'm really hoping that he forgot himself that he was wounded and started to come back because he's thirsty. And he tripped over a rock, and that's what happened. Furious because there's blood this way. Why Lucky's coming up this way? Lucky, I petted you so you wouldn't do this. Using soft points, which, I mean, at 300 meters, that changes the game, but if he was closer, that's technically the most damage that this 243 theoretically could have done at the range. Even if we had polymer tips equipped, it probably would have ran farther, honestly. Whoa, that's insane. I wish I'd have known that. Well, this is good information to know. Right lung shot with the 243 only did 94% damage. It did not kill him. That second shot, had we not followed up, he wouldn't have died. We'd have tracked this guy all over the country. Thank the Lord on that one. You learn something new every day. Another really big 5 here. I'm going to make sure that there's no solo, max weights hanging out here for some reason. Nah, but there is level 3. I almost, Rix, you're the great one master here. Should I just not care? Start just whacking my 5s and see what happens? Or should I keep pushing this thing to the nth degree? Because at this point, I don't care either way. I could just start hosing everything I see at this point for all I care. Well, that's where I'm deeply considerate. So this 3 just popped in. I'm tired of looking at these 5s, and that's a huge 5. 317 to 378 is his estimate. I'm guessing he's at least 330 with that rack. Hopefully. Could score mid-20s, but we'll see. Anyway, like, I almost just want to, like, just say this is as good as it's getting, or I might have too many 5s on the map. That's why I'm not getting anything smaller. I don't know. I'm kind of over it. What do you think, Rick? Should I just start popping 5s, see what happens? See, I'm right there with you, Cameron. Like, I've been in this boat many a times, and then I shoot him, and then it's like forever till I see another one. With them, so many of them being solos, like I almost just don't care. I mean, I've got it. I've got the ability to check all their zones in a rotation if I needed to. So theoretically, I mean, I don't. There's really no point, right? Rick's is saying take the 5s out. Roger that. We're going to go ahead and engage. We've got the trusty Dusty M1 with us. 317, 378. Been looking at this dude for a hot minute. He's going ahead and turn around for us. That's perfect. I need you to stop. Look away. I don't want you seeing me do this to you. For a second, I didn't see his health drop. I was like, what just happened? Let's see just how big this guy is. I mean, 373 is huge. My biggest so far, I think, is 340. 340 is, like, huge. So anything bigger than that would be huge, huge. I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. 338. That's a big mule deer. Yeah, man, that's what I've been feeling. I'm like, I need to give this up because it's like, sure, it's working outside of the whole great one thing. So why not just kind of just start popping them, you know? Whoa. Too bad. Yeah, that's probably I just mistyped here, and this is probably the actual kill count what I'm gonna need here to get my Mule Deer Great One. That was prophetic, I guess. I know I've got a 5. Ah, it's right there at the end of their drink time. Let's change time real quick. I have a 5 at this zone. I don't know where he's at. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this other feller though. I aimed intentionally low because I was zeroed for 300 and I didn't change that. Where's my 5 that's usually here? That's strange. I'm gonna shoot a 22 down here. Maybe he's hiding out in this brush. Well, I just learned that that 5 must be a solo. Or something weird's going on with my respawns. Is this guy's not my active track. Should probably... Oh, look, he's on some blood. He went this way. He shouldn't be too much further. Unless I single lunged him. It looks like I might have. Got another 5 here. $278 to $339. I'm guessing with that rack, $325. Wait, was that 24 or 25? Let's just play it safe. Say it's 24. $325. You can tell I've shot 4,000 plus mule deer, huh? Actually might be the first time I've ever 100% called that perfect. There should be another 5 here. That's twice now that they've not been in their zones. I'll try to change the time forward by a minute. Hopefully that does something for us. Otherwise, I'm not actually sure what's going on there. Just yet another example of why this mule deer grind has been kind of brutal. I honestly really should have Pop Smoke a long time ago. I should have just jumped on Rancho and clung to it. I probably would have been successful by now. That being said, we're so deep at this point. I want an ASCII Ridge, great one, mule deer. Maybe their herd somehow migrated to a spot I can't see over here. No, there is no male mule deer here. Okay, well, that's weird. Let's move on. I don't want to check here. It's probably going to make me force time again. Don't know why that is. Call of the Wild things. Note how there's no mule deer here. I just got done changing time. For those of you watching or setting up grinds, like this is something to watch out for when you're trying to find all your need zones. Because this is a weird thing I've noticed that happens pretty, not consistently, but it happens on just about any map. So it's one of those weird things. You just want to kind of, you know, change time when you're looking for zones. Because there just might be one you don't realize is there, even though you've checked that like 100 times. Now there's mule deer. But nothing big's here, so I'm not worried about it. Well, there's that guy. Not worried about him. Solo level 3. For now, we're going to push on to our final zone here. Last zone in the rotation, I should say. And I almost wonder, well, we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to have any of those 5s respawn yet. I should probably take a little bit of time just to let them cook, but we'll see. We're about to find out. Speaking of time, I just wanted to see if that guy was back yet. Theoretically, I could, if I timed it right, I could not have to back out or anything and just kind of slow roll it and kind of rotate through back around. I don't know. I do that sometimes, and it makes it weird at times. Like, I've got a pretty consistent, like, feels like once your grind flow's going, don't touch it, because then it'll break. I'm kind of touching my grind flow right now by shooting these 5s, so we'll see what happens, but they're already not showing up and stuff's being weird, so maybe that's a great one, or it's, like I said, it's probably just the fact that we're grinding mule deer in Askew Ridge. I was hoping he'd turn just a little bit more. I would have taken that shot, but the fact that he still kind of was facing away from us, not going to risk it. Right, I'm going to fire up multiplayer. That way I can force anything that wasn't supposed to be. Those 5 should be there. Honestly, I should have backed out and done that in the first place, but whatever. This is hopefully giving us a little bit of time to let respawns cook. I'm gonna use the restroom. Be right back, folks. Okie dokie, I'm back. Let's drop some mule deer. Here on out, we're leaning forward. We're dropping bodies. So now, I have experimented with this too, where, you know, I've dropped both mule deer at the same time. I've shot one mule deer. I haven't really noticed the difference. For this moment, I'm going to stick to the one mule deer approach, just to make sure nothing super crazy happens. Because what I don't want to happen or have happen is I shoot too many, and then respawns are like really weird at that point. So I'm going to kind of slow the pace down. I know I said I was like, I'm dropping bodies, but we're tactically dropping bodies. If we're going to have respawns, it's our best chance of seeing one. There should be a level 3 here. If not, he is a guaranteed solo, so it is what it is. If I shoot him, honestly, if the 5's not here, I almost want to skip it, but for respawn's sake, at the same time, I kind of don't. We'll see. We'll see. Not the 5, but at least the 5's respawn. But then again, it's Mule Deer and Asky Ridge, so the 5 itself could have also been a solo, so I have no idea. We'll see. He's there, and I don't see another male. Gut instinct tells me move past, so I'm going to do that. Because I know respawns are weird right now. There's my 5. Waiting for him to turn his head so I didn't shoot him in the antler or the face. Been there, done that. Too many times. Okay, they want revenge. $335, another absolute giant mule deer. Looks like there's another level 2 back there, which is interesting. That means I think that 5 came back as a 2. Or it could be the solo. What's going on, squirrel? Good thing a hunting buddy wasn't standing there. There should be level 5 here. I don't know, if he's not here this time, I need to go check some exteriors, see what's going on. Okay, there he is. 273.31. Decent sized rack. I'm gonna guess. I need him to look at me. See how big those tines are. I can't really see. Man, I want to say 330, but there's no way he scores that high on his estimate, right? It's a big rack, at least from this angle. I'd actually consider bringing a collar with me just for this zone. Could move this, I guess, but I could shoot the 22, but he's facing a good direction, and I don't want him facing me necessarily at this moment. I want him to walk out just a little bit further. I could, theoretically, shoot the 22 this direction. That shouldn't spook him, but sometimes makes him want to move a little bit. Alright, we're gonna go. We're gonna have to make this guy do something. Oh, he's a 50-50 rack. Okay, so that left side right there, that's 100%. That's why I was like, man, that's 230s. Right side? I'm gonna guess he's probably 315, 311. Pretty low. That, I don't know. He's kind of big. He's kind of decent. Could be like 320. We'll see. 50-50 rack's hard to judge. 328. Oh man, I mean, initially I was like, I don't know, 330 and 328. That's close. I was seeing that side of him from this angle. 328. That's awesome, squirrel. He would turn around. I'm gonna do the old J-Biz method. Shout out J-Biz. Welcome, Drew. That is your real name. Just kidding, don't DOS yourself. I just spawned in here. I'm like, did I shoot something? Where's it at? And then I'm like, oh wait, new zone. It's all running together. Too many kills. That was almost a mistake. I looked down to see what I was zeroed at. I'm like, why do I have 10 rounds in my M1? What's up with that? It'd be kind of neat if they released a gun like that, though, where they just let us rip it, you know? Not a machine gun, but... Well, we're, as you can see, as far as what's up, 4,000 plus kills into this Great One grind, and it's just not working out. At this point, I'm getting frustrated with it. I'm kind of just resulting in shooting everything that I see as far as muleys go. I mean, I've tried to get the herd management. Did we get it super great? No, but I don't know, man. I just shot a bunch of 5s as well, so I'm kind of curious to see what comes back and what happens and how that changes the dynamic of my current setup. And this time my gut's telling me shoot that dude in the back of the head if he doesn't turn around, so... That's presentable enough. That's what we're here for. They did also just add a bunch of new, well, I say a bunch, but 3 new rare fur types for Mule Deer, and I'm really hopeful that somehow we see one this evening, but so far, you know. So as far as streaming goes, it's every Tuesday, Wednesday, and then like every other Friday, and then like every other weekend, if that makes sense. Obviously, though, I mean, I've got family, so I'm super flexible as far as it goes. You know, I'm pretty good about if I'm not going to be streaming, or if I'm delayed or whatever. I try to let you guys know beforehand. But if you're looking for me, those are the days I'll be here. I don't see any Mule Deer. It could be because it's later in the drink time, but I'm changing it. I don't think it's going to do anything. Yeah, you guys aren't supposed to be up here. Did they set claymores or something in my tree stand, bro? Should I climb that thing? Alright, we got nothing but tiny guys over here. This is weird. I know these guys are solos. I'm going to be patient, not shoot these guys. Now, if any of my mule deer would actually be in their zones over here other than this female, I'd shoot any of them, but wolves must have been an issue at one point before I got over here or something. And if respawns keep being weird, I should probably try and go... You know, that guy, I doubt he makes it. Yeah, not with that rack. Well, honestly, you've, and I don't want to sound cliche or, I don't know, incompetent in one ways, I guess, but, what you've already said, just have patience, try your best. Go at your own pace. As silly as that sounds, you know, I could be guilty for portraying a certain playing style that you may not be able to achieve yet, so it's super unrealistic, you know, and that's in some ways disingenuous. You know, take your own approach, enjoy the game. There's so many different ways to play it, and and they're all kind of cool in their own little ways. But I mean, in general, though, for actually just playing, I know that was a lot of fluff talk, I guess. But did I shoot here? Okay, here's a problem for you guys. I when I start jabbering, I'm not I'm not like looking at the screen anymore. I'm looking at chat, so I'm just like, I don't know what we're doing on screen here, so I have no idea if we picked that guy up or not yet. Um, I mean, when it comes to Call of the Wild, it really kind of depends on what you're trying to do. Um, I'd highly encourage you to get out there, explore your maps, find need zones. That's what's going to clue you in as to where animals are and are going to be, depending on the time of day. Super important, something you kind of, in a weird way, have to rely on. Um, in a weird way, whenever you're out hunting on your own map, for example, if you're not out in multiplayer and you're coming across need zones, you're still having a successful hunt because you know the more need zones you find. Again, that's okay. That's a new 5, right? He wasn't there before. I shot the 5 that was there before, or is that the one that's supposed to be there? I don't even know at this point. I think that's a new 5. This grind's gonna make me go schizophrenic. It really does all mesh together. I'm like, which rotation is it? I don't even know. That's why I put the actual counter up so I could like kind of stay with it. I want to shoot here, but I don't know if there's another female. We're gonna wing it, risk it for the biscuit. Oh, I shot low. It's a hard shot. Drop them. Um, I do think the shooting range found on Hirschfelden, 338. That's a big diamond. Shooting range on Hirschfelden, as far as shooting guns and stuff goes, I think is useful. Once you kind of get used to where those bullets are going, you can start hitting kind of, you know, longer and longer and longer range shots and all that stuff. And disturb vegetation, as far as like map exploration, is like the one of the go-to perks in my opinion, because you can check for, you know, rare fur types as you're just exploring your map. Polymer tips. You want to use polymer tips. You know, memorize shot placement. Get used to shooting where you need to. Those are, but then again, you know, where are you at skill level wise? Like, you know, experience. Like, what level are you in Call of the Wild, for example? That'll kind of help clue me in as far as, you know, some more detailed tips. That makes sense. I'm babbling. I'm like, did I pick a mule deer up here? I just shot that dime, but I was like, did I shoot another one? Because there's been a few run-throughs where I'd be smoking everything and don't want to leave one behind. So if you're just starting out, for example, as far as tips goes, totally different than if you're like level 40 or like 50, or 60. Perks are important. They're going to be what kind of dictates your play style. And that's why it's weird because there's some perks and stuff that I just wouldn't get because they are kind of, I don't know, out there. But by and large, you can be pretty successful with any of them and doing what is fun. And this is where I want to get back to like doing it when I normally, because admittedly, folks, I'm not a great one grinder typically. We were pretty hardcore about the muleys last year, but this year, this is only I spooked him. I was blabbermouthing him. Hang on, I'm still blabbermouthing. Let's get up 300, get ready. I ran away. Those guys are just not about it. They're like, we already worked out today, bro. We're good. I'm gonna assume so. Okay, here's a call to the wild tip. So this just happened. That deer ran away. I could change time, even though it's past their drink time, and hope that he's gonna be there. He's not gonna be there, just because I know that I spooked him. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna fast or go to my different route and then come back, and theoretically, after I change time, he will be there. The missile knows at all times where it is by where it isn't. ASCII Ridge. It's located in Canada. Well, we failed to do the whole change time part. Zero hunting pressure. We're sending 180 grains into that front pocket right there. Oops, did it again. My favorite gun, man. It's kind of a toughie. I'd like to categorize my guns. Just because, I mean, as far as like for small game, for example, the 22 iron's where it's at. Situation as your stuff may be better, sure, but this is it. Shotguns are excellent too, as far as small game like rabbits and birds and all that. The M1 is up there as far as big game guns go, but I gotta say overall the 7mm Malmar might be. I don't use it a lot just because I don't. There are situationally better weapons out there than the 7mm Malmar, but what makes it so great for me is the fact that A, it's chambered in 7mm, B, its bolt action has 3 rounds in it. So you can actually have a weapon on you that can shoot anything from whitetail all the way up to Cape Buffalo. But then again, you know, I'm just sitting here thinking about all of them. I'm just like, I don't know, they're all kind of nice and they're cool in their own unique little ways. This is something nifty you can do with the 22. Knows how he's facing away from me. I can shoot this guy next to him. That bolt's gonna hit. It's gonna spook him, and looky there. Dead mule deer. I have to say though, technically, I think if I got my favorite weapon overall is the bow. I guess technically, if you were to ask me what's the best weapon in the game, it is the bow. At the end of the day, it comes down to skill issue. Because that's capable of killing literally everything. And honestly, now, granted, it doesn't have the range of, like, the rifles, of course, but as far as, like, pound for pound, like, if you're within 150 meters and if you can hit that far, it's way more powerful than any of the rifles in the game. Just blow right through stuff. It's the antlers. I kind of spooked him. This isn't good. I'm going to wait here for a sec. Actually, there's just a little bit of hunting pressure here. It worries me, but I'm going to dump this guy. I would also, I don't know. I like the 300. Obviously, I use it all the time. It's an excellent weapon too, but I don't know if it's my favorite, man. That 7mm, there's something about it. I killed a lot of stuff with that gun. Big and small. Honestly, it's the gun that I'm probably the most accurate with too, just because I've used it so much. Maybe not anymore. It's been a while since I've brought it along, but I actually want to shoot one of those twos that are down there. Make sure there's nothing big over here before I get to throwing lead. Doesn't appear to be. Hang on, what are you? Pretty sure I just blew his kneecaps off. That wasn't good. He's a poke out there. Elson! She doesn't know that quote. She's too young for you, bro. Speaking of bros, where's Statler at? Did his dad finally come back with the milk? Man, if Statler was here, that would have been so good. Is that 39? I don't think I counted that last one. I think that was 39. Ooh, I don't know. I just reread chat. Favorite gun. Let's categorize it. Handguns. 454 Rhino. Rifles. 7mm Malmore. Muzzleloaders. The Hutzik 50. Bows probably the Coder 65. Shotguns. The OG can't pronounce it. 12 gauge Kaka whatever. That dude's tough. The 12 gauge semi-auto's kind of, you know, it's easing its way in there, but small game rifle outside of the 22 would be the 257. I wonder how many times I did that with the counter, what I just did. I wonder if we're actually at like 4,800 or something crazy. This grind has definitely gotten brutal to the point. I just hope it's over sooner rather than later. But then again, it's like, man, I don't know, what's another 500 kills? You know, 4,500 sounds like it could spawn at that point. Is 4,500 where I just hard quit it? We go back to Fox or whatever. Even though that other guy was a level 4, he's in the same weight class as a level 3, so I'm going to shoot the level 3 because I knew I could blow his lung out. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, folks. Be right back. Sorry. Okie dokie, folks. I am back. Okay, what's my favorite YouTuber? Ooh. Hmm. Hmm. That's a toughie. Hmm. To be honest, I'm really into like the gun guys. Honestly, and for as far as the gun tubers go, to be 100% honest, Grand Thumb is my favorite. That said, a young man needs to watch his mouth and come to the Lord. You understand? Oh, it's 1800. We're hunting nothing right now. Let's go ahead and change time. I mean, shot all my 5s. Now we're stuck. Okay, so every once in a while, I've seen a glitch where the tent is like 12 feet in the air instead of on the ground. And when you go underneath the tent, this is about the spot you get stuck. I almost wonder if that's what's going on here. Even though it looks like it's on the ground, it's actually not. No, well, there goes that theory, huh? It happened. There we go. Oh, I've seen Kindle Gray for sure. I've got two deer here I'm going to try to shoot. I'm going to get zesty with the 300, or try to. Well, then again, come to think about it, I actually watch a lot of different stuff. So in my brain, I'm like, it's not fair to pick one because there's actually truthfully a lot. But that's what's kind of cool about YouTube, I think, is like everybody has a thing to bring to the table. Speaking of Kindle Gray, though, I just this is probably he's either already made or will in the future. I have, because so in real life I hunt morel mushrooms, and that season's coming up, and I've actually deeply contemplated just like, instead of playing Call of the Wild, like it's real life. It's just I'm out there hunting mushrooms instead of great ones. We'll see. I mean, the kicker about that is, though, the places I go, it's like, do I have cell service? Good question. Is it worth getting Starlink for? Nah. Love you guys, but nah. All right, let's see what's on the roster. Only done this a cajillion times. It's a really... Didn't realize that was going to be blaring. Got a max weight. The feeling, though, when this guy inevitably comes, will surely be great. The thing is, I really have been spoiled by my past few grinds. To where, at the point, like, this is insane. If this was early days, like whitetail days, this would have been, like, totally normal. Did I hit too far forward? I think I did. This is going to be kind of a tough shot. think I hit him again. Got skinny back to the M1. Switch over to his 300. I don't think I can get back on him. That was weird. We're gonna have to go get him. I know I hit him. I'm pretty sure I hit him twice. He's not down yet. That's not good. At this point, my best chance... Okay, he's down. Never mind. I was saying best chance is going to be try to catch him in the open and drop him. Probably should jump on a four-wheeler, but he's going to be somewhere like over here. Pump it out. Tell me I'm right, Lucky. There we go. Typically, I stream anywhere between 2.5 to 3 hours. It kind of depends on what's going on in the game, honestly. You know, when I'm doing what I like to do, where I'm like out in a multiplayer session and I'm running gunning, and we're 2.5 hours in, the only thing I've seen is nothing. Probably call it a day, you know. But like tonight, we're probably looking at a full, you know, I don't know, 2 hours, 45 minutes, 3 hours, give or take. Normally, I'd say it's a 3-hour window, just to be even more vague for you. Okay, this is getting weird. Where is this muley at? Did he go back up the mountain, or did he go all the way down the mountain? I should have definitely grabbed that four-wheel. Oh, wait, there he is. I see him. He walked back. Here's one aspect of Great One grinding that I do love. It's one of those parts of the game, like, where you can really, you know, if you're time restrained, kind of like I am, like, you can just jump on and shoot you know, 10 or 15 things, you know, here or there. No problem. But when you're out there searching, you know, multiplayer sessions or something for wildcat dimes and rares, it could take some time. Speaking of, so like tomorrow, I'm kind of excited, but also like, man, I've got some questions for you. So Wave the Hunter 2 is coming out real soon. They've released their demo. It's available. It's on PC. And we're gonna be playing it tomorrow. See what it's about. Kind of excited, kind of like, I'm very suspicious. I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm pretty suspicious. Should I be Mr. Brightside that they're continuing to make hunting games? Absolutely. But that makes me suspicious. This gun right now is the M1, whatever that word is, veteran, and it's a model after the M1 Garand. Came out with the Smoking Barrels pack. Set it out even just a little bit earlier. I don't know what's going on with the respawn. See, I shot those 5s, and I talked about earlier, whenever you play with your grind, you tend to break it, and that's what I did. I played with my grind, and it seems we've broken it. Again, if Statler was here, I'd blame him, because it is somehow in some way his fault. This gun's the 300, I always call it the Zarza. It's not. It's like the Arzenia 300 mag tactical. This is like the go-to grind gun. Little level 3 down there. I'm gonna try popping the 22 and see if that gets him out of there. I used to have a tripod right here, but the stupid beavers keep destroying it, so they win. You know what? That's all I need. Turn back around, dude. I shot the ground. That was not a height over bore issue. That was a skill issue. Let's clarify that situation there. This is a devastating blow to my ego. Theoretically, though, if we recreate the game and spawn back there, it'll be as though it never happened. I love Kentucky ballistics. Might actually be, I do like Grand Thumb, but actually, I switched. You're right. Kentucky ballistics is actually low-key the best. He really is. I legit might try that with something like the pigs or maybe even fox. I don't know. I don't mind fox and saltzweizen. It's not bad. Map dependent too, though. That could change up. I mean, you could make what typically wouldn't make for a good Great One grinding map into maybe a good Great One grinding map. I'm thinking like maybe look at New England. Typically, for whitetail, it's a rough map. With the feeders though, it's the wrong gun. Well, if he was there, he's gone now. That's a sign. I think that we should just move on from this zone and pretend that event never happened. New England's actually where I got my Great One Moose at, but looking back on the experience and like knowing what I know now about Great One grinding, I wouldn't recommend it personally. Well, I say that I would just maybe I'm biased because like I said I've had success there. I do think it's a decent moose grind map. So if that's something you're interested in, I mean you've got New England. But that doesn't mean you can't find a groove with it on whitetail. I mean, I've never really, admittedly, I've never tried it on New England. I've kind of loosely tried it, but oh, what is going on here? 1708. Are they just coming into their zones? Where's my deer at, dude? Maybe. Oh, I don't know. Respawns are whack right now. I almost want to like ditch Mule Deer for a sec and go like spend, I don't know, a little bit of time shooting something different just to see if I can get something going on. Because this is just weird. I'm in multiplayer. It should be forcing stuff like in their zones that I may or may not have spooked the last run through. That could explain some things. I guess I need to be patient. Diamond Moose on New England's pretty like picturesque though. That's like what's a banger map to get a Diamond Moose on? New England. Okay, so I'm saying something like not to. It's I've literally played the game so long. This is just out of experience. I'm not trying to like. It is what it is kind of thing. But I've shot so much stuff. A lot of hunts. Admittedly, I don't remember. So like a lot of the trophy lodge stuff is like, where did this come from? Like, oh, okay, I kind of vaguely remember this or whatever. But one of the hunts that sticks out in my brain outside of course the Great One experience, but was a legit kind of like wild caught diamond hunt. It's one of my earlier videos actually. Um, Shout out me earlier years. Um, I just happened to find this moose 5 medium out there, man, and it was a big ordeal for me to try to get this guy back in there and all this stuff, but that's one of those hunts that I just remember. Big diamond moose on New England. All right, so I have waited patiently, and I don't see that max weight. That's a little concerning. He's either still walking, and I doubt he's doing that. I bet he's down here in this brush. Man, Mule Deer grind life on Askew Ridge. There's better spots, maybe. It's not horrible. Oh, okay. It's good info to know. They're down here. Where's your friend at? We're going to bank on him running this direction because I'm going to shoot this guy. But I know it's bigger for... Oh, there he is. That's all it took. I think yeah, I hit him. He's done. What's going on, Luke? Pretty good, man. How about yourself? Outside of, well, I don't know. It's an experience, I guess, shooting the muleys, but still. Not my favorite grind, I gotta admit, folks. I did struggle a lot with whitetail, and this grind, it reminds me of that in so many ways. Because if I remember correctly, I want to say my first great one took around 6,000 kills, which I don't be real, you guys, even more. Don't care enough to hit 6,000 kills on this map. So if we hit 4,500, I think we're ditching the Great One Mule Deer grind. Returning back to probably the Fox. That's the one that I've been really wanting to go back to. But now we've got wolf, we've got pigs. I mean, sky's the limit. And I really want to get this guy, but man, he's being tough. Did I pick this guy up jibber jabbering? You don't know where to start, go back to the beginning. I think I got him. I just was not paying attention. Again, I don't know. I'm weird whenever I'm talking. I look at chat as though like you guys are there. I should probably just pay attention to what I'm doing. If you haven't done it yet, folks, it is an achievement in the game. But there's just something so satisfying about just dropping one in the old melon, you know? Although, I do think and it's not for the violence of it, but I do think we should, if we're trying to handshake introduce hunters into this thing for real, we need to let people know what happens when you shoot a mule deer, 100 yards with a 300 Win Mag between the eyeballs. And then they'll learn not to do that again. Oh, he turned right when I pulled the trigger. Oh, there's even what the heck? That 5's there. Oh man. We're pulling the ejection seat on that. What's going on, Grim? Well, let's see. These guys? What happened to be able to right bumper and we just changed screenshots here? We're just not going to do that anymore? Xbox, you taking that from me too, dude? All of these were pretty big mule deer. 330s. 325, I think, was my smallest so far. But I tinkered with it and I kind of called it. Like, I think I ruined it for right now. Oh, I don't even know what this is, folks. We're here for a roller coaster ride. I legit thought I was playing. I didn't realize I was playing a clip. Did I accidentally record I don't know. Oh, I recorded nothing. Cool. That was space taken up for nothing. The 325, I'm kind of proud of myself because I think it might be the first time I did it ever. Because I was like, I bet that guy scores 325, and he scored 325. You weren't around Rick's, or not Rick's. Rick's is somewhere. Grim. When I genuinely get too twisted. We're just starting over on her here. We're chalking that rotation. Oh, anyway, as I was saying, Grim, you missed out. I was talking about Wave the Hunter 2. They dropped their demo. Gonna be checking it out tomorrow. Trying to. I don't know. It could be interesting. If it's one of those games where they need you to have like a RTX 5090 with 7 million gigs of RAM and NASA's latest CPU. We'll see, but my PC's not that old, but like some of these games, it's starting to show its age where I'm like, all right. At least as far as like both playing and streaming. Like playing's fine, but streaming them and playing them, that's where it starts getting weird. I do have another PC, and but that in of itself is a hassle as well. Anyway. Long story short, I'm going to be tempted to play that sucker tomorrow. Here we are, blabbing. Ah, man. Keep talking about it and we keep doing it. From what I've seen from the trailers and stuff, they've got... And I will say, some of the stuff that's in there is kind of neat. That I've seen. I've seen shooting posts, which the Hunter Classic has. Hunter Call of the Wild does not have. What else did I see? It looks like they finally added duck decoys, which, to be 100% honest, the way the Hunters is, any small game is just trash. It's almost not worth even trying for. Like, maybe they've changed that. Maybe that's where they're at. Maybe it's worth getting. I don't know. We'll see. In my brain, I'm thinking it's a money grab because I just don't understand why the stuff they've added with this, they just simply wouldn't add Way of the Hunter. But then again, it's not Call of the Wild. It's not the same ecosystem. I mean, it is a fun game. Don't get me wrong. But let's be real. How long do you guys want to watch me and just be like, he's 400 yards, guys. We'll be there in a sec. When you're playing it by yourself, it's an amazing experience. I 100% recommend playing the game. You guys will find out tomorrow. Maybe it's not that extreme. And it isn't. I'm being exaggerative. But, like, it's a hunting simulator. It's not a hunting game. And I think, but, I don't know. I could make the argument you can absolutely make this game a hunting sim as well, but as far as how you play it, that game's a hunting sim. I would have already ruined the hunt at this point in Way of the Hunter as an example. Like, you just don't run in that game. It's a juicy boy. Got kind of lucky. I didn't make sure I was staying in the ground blind or not. I could have wiped that zone and I would have cried a little bit, not gonna lie. At least I try to. I mean, some stuff, I mean, you gotta keep up to date because the games do update, and sometimes stuff can get, out of hand. So it's one of those tests with own experience. But a lot of stuff is pretty solid as far as like the perks and all that kind of thing. Like, that remains the same. But animal behavior, that can change. At one point in time, I could have spawned in that tent and shot everything standing here, went to the main menu, come back, and did it again all in the span of 3 seconds. But here we are. I mean, back in the day, man, 3-hour time frame, it wasn't nothing to shoot 300 red deer. Just smoking them. Spawned 2 supers and a great one doing it. And I don't know, to some degree I do agree with, because yeah, you could get some, you could have some insane trophies, but then again, like, it's almost like steroid use. That's what herd management is. If you want to like analogize it, Well, like, and I'm not trying to be facetious. It really depends on what kind of deer you're looking for. In my opinion, if you're looking for whitetail deer, Reventuli Coast is the best map there is for it. If you're looking for fallow deer, Tarua, however you say it, is the best map for that. Mule deer, I gotta say it's probably Rancho. Askew Ridge isn't bad. Silveridge Peaks isn't bad. My bias is Rancho. It would be interesting to set up a mule deer grind on Parquet. I wonder if I have my red deer grind set up on Parquet still, that could technically be an option. How funny would it be if I shot like 100 mule deer and spawned that dude over there? Mule deer, yeah, like I said, Rancho, really though, I would honestly say just kind of what your flavor is, because it's kind of what else you want to hunt on the map with it, in my opinion, because all the mule deer maps are like fine. There's no one in particular that really, and if I got to thinking about it, now Silver Ridge Peaks, you're gonna have a lot better visibility. Askew Ridge, you've got decent visibility. You've seen what you've seen here on Askew. It's a lot smaller as far as the range goes. Like there's not as many mule deer zones, for example, on Askew Ridge, which is nice to some extent. You know, you can get real lucky and get this dude early, or you can be like me and here we are. It's a lot easier to fine tune a herd management great one grind whenever you're on a bigger map with more zones, because it kind of it bends the rules a little bit, and it's annoying, and it is what it is. But that's a long way to say. I think realistically, it kind of depends on, like I said, what your flavor is for what you're hunting out. Like, what else would you want to see happen to come across the map in front of you, kind of thing. I have shot diamonds, you know, just, oh, I wounded this deer, let's go track it down, and then, oh, is that a, you know, diamond, whatever. Sure enough. You just never know what you're going to see in this game. Probably why I'm weirdly obsessed with it. Theoretically, every time we do this great one could be standing here. I mean, not way past their drink time like it is, but then flip side though, like me, I don't actually typically, like, Tuesday's kind of like my great one grinding day because it's going on, but my thing is wild caught diamonds, which is, you know, I'll fire up a random multiplayer session, just sniff out a diamond or a rare on it. I still didn't change time. I'm blabbermouthing. I would, I'll just sniff out diamonds and rares at random. I don't grind for them. And I've got trophy lodges dedicated to them that are full. That's my thing, though, because, like, when you're out there, dude, in multiplayer, I say multiplayer because, like, when you're, like, this map, you know, I kind of know what's going on. As far as mule deer goes, I know what I'm going to probably see. But on those multiplayer maps, you have no idea. And there's so much cool stuff out there. A little high, and he was on the move. Of course, that would be my last round. Shoot a little high. Low. Well, if any of you have been here since like the first, I don't know, 10 minutes of the stream, I did at one point say inevitably we're gonna whiff one hard, and I think that was it. That was a hard whiff. The other ones that, I mean, at least I was able to put a couple rounds in that were as equally bad as the first, but still, bullets. That one, I don't know. I don't know. He's down. I'm grabbing the four-wheeler. I will say, I was just thinking of Wave the Hunter. I will say, like, and Exhibit A, Call of the Wild's an absolutely beautiful game. But I'll give it to Wave the Hunter. That game's photoreal, and like, it'll be interesting to see what that map is looking like, what it is, and what it has to offer. I'm curious to see what they've improved on, if anything, or. What I'm really hesitant of, it's just simply just, it's a new story, different map, but the same game, And not that that's a bad thing necessarily. Like, if Call of the Wild were to ever do that, and if they were to ever be like, we're making Call of the Wild 2, I'd want it to be exactly like this, just maybe, some more, like, modernized stuff. The Wave the Hunter, man. They could. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow, folks. In my book, Wave the Hunter's not a competitor to Call of the Wild by any means. And I hope it's good. Even though, like, I really didn't, I didn't play it as much as I should have. Wave the Hunter was good enough that I bought it on PC, and then when it came out on console, I bought it on console too. Ooh, I guess I could. Well, no, it's only available on PC. Never mind. I was like, I guess I could download it on Xbox. It's on PC only. I don't want to shoot one of those guys, just for respawn's sake. I'll be honest with you guys. At this kill count, I don't care if it's got antlers. I really do want to shoot it at this point. I could technically on ASCII Ridge here as soon as we get this guy, or just hit that 45 hundo mark or something. I don't know. We'll see once we get there. I could immediately change over, just simply switch time, and I'm grinding wolves. That could be a thing. It's nighttime though. Catch to it. Alright, I'm pretty sure there was a big 5 over here, wasn't there? Yeah. 318 to 379. Absolute giant. Could this be a 340? He's big boy and he's got kickers. Our last guy this estimate, he scored 338, but he did not have those rear kickers. It's going down. Single lung, it seems. .323, he's actually super small. Maybe it's the height. In this view, he doesn't seem that tall. I'll have to do a direct comparison. Smallest diamond so far of the night is still a pretty big mule deer, to be honest. Your average mule deer dime's probably going to score right at, 310 to 311. We've been pretty lucky so far. Yeah, it's kind of like a height thing. This guy's a little bit thicker too on his main beams. He's got those rear kickers threw me off. I saw that. I was like, that's a big mule deer. That dime was our 4,150th mule deer kill. That's insane. Just a sec, folks. Sorry about that. What's going on, man? Just past their drink time. I did see in the advertisement for theHunter that they've got non-typicals, which that's awesome. I personally think they should still have great ones, but non-typicals should be a thing in Call of the Wild. Like that should be kind of like maybe even a new category where, it's not quite as rare as a great one, obviously, but it's like maybe it's like a unique diamond. Not quite super rare status, but, you know, just something that could spawn. I mean, I'm sitting here, was hopeful that I would somehow get a rare, but again, this many kills in, folks, only have 9 or maybe 10 rares. I've legit maybe have shot more rare mule deer outside of the grind than I have on the grind. Boy, I got real lucky on that. I thought I shot that other mule deer as well. I was like, nah, we whiffed that hard. There's 51 and 52 though. Alright, so the reason I keep just blasting like that every time, it's because, well, on Xbox, X button is to select, and then the trigger is this view. And, well, if you're not actually in the menu, you shoot the gun, and it's a good thing no one was standing there, or good thing Lucky wasn't standing there. That wouldn't be hard to explain. Although you are really annoying sometimes. So maybe it wouldn't be that hard. Oh no, I did shoot the other mule deer. Go with it. He just probably ran 7 bajillion miles. Bleed rate's low. I mean, that was task failed successfully at some levels. I somehow managed to not only shoot that guy twice, but wing this guy as well in the process. Let's just hope it's not a female. I should probably check on that. It's a male, alright. Kind of male. It's a small guy. Hope it's not level 1. Although, at this point, don't really care. It's just another melee to add to the count. That might be a first kind of weird shot angle for me on that. Alright. Somehow flash shot him too. If I had shot him with any other gun, he probably would have lived. Okay, that's weird. So let me check or select the map. There we go. I panicked. I was like, what's going on? Is this a new game breaking bug? It's a new update. Haven't experienced the cancel glitch yet. They didn't mention it being fixed, but no, there's wolves. Nar. Alright, y'all messed up. What are you doing standing there? Why are you guys here? Wait a minute. Bruh. I shot you. You should be dead. Not fair. I'm gonna tell. I don't want to not pick that guy up because he's got great one potential, but dude, what the heck just happened there? Was that a skill issue or was that a weird game issue? Because I felt pretty confident that he was well within 150 meters. I'm using the M1, lined up perfect line shot, pulled the trigger, and then nothing. He's dead. Might as well. Who knows? They could legit be a 10 pip next time. Who knows? I shouldn't complain. Well, the real kicker is though, on any mule deer map, you're gonna have something that's gonna happen. Whether it's mountain lions on Rancho or not Rancho, Parque, or mountain lions on Silver Ridge, or bobcats on Rancho. Of course, the stinking wolves on ASCII. If this wasn't a great one species, we would not be tracking it down. We'd moved on. But I do technically have an active wolf ground set up, and I just smoked a wolf, so I need to pick it up. I just thought of this. You know what Call of the Wild needs to do? No joke. And hopefully Way the Hunter doesn't come to this first. And they need to add drones. At least for that kind of purposes, like tracking purposes, man. Could you imagine? And they could rig it in a video game later where it's like it only picks up, if they don't want people to be using them, they could, it only picks up dead stuff. You know what I mean? True. This is true. I mean, here's the thing though. Like now, and this is no joke because I can't tell you how many diamond. I think I've shot. Well, I can tell you. In fact, I think I've shot 4 or 5 now. Maybe, yeah, 4 or 5. I think the 6th one was an actual like grind kill. But I mean, they've got great ones now, bro. So it's kind of like one of those like, hey, when you see him, shoot him. I didn't see that guy there. I might regret that, but I did it. Ooh, I'm debating if I want to try to shoot that guy in the face or not because those antlers are going to get in the way. We'll take the safe route. Ooh, did I just antler shot that guy? I bet I did. I bet I just antler shot that guy. I keep thinking about that as far as boar goes. And honestly, it's weird because I have no evidence to base this off of. The first map, as weird as it sounds, that come to mind is Hirschfelden. Called it. That was a decent angle, though. We would have got lung liver. Is that 57? Let's keep it 56. You know. This number isn't 1000% accurate. It could be off for plus minus 10 or so. Yeah, it's not the best. Alternatively though, man, I don't know. Emerald Coast. There's another absolute giant 5 medium in front of us. get him done and out of the way. You get to live for now, sir, unless you're max weight. I kind of want to shoot you. Hang on, why is your great one buddy not dying yet? Or not great one, but your diamond buddy not dying yet. Did I just ruin a dime? Not realize it? Nah, he would have ran further. I bet we hit shoulder. Or something. Or nothing. Big 325, big meaty rack. Beautiful mule deer right there. Let's go. I mean, I will say after shooting those, I mean, we've shot, the dime rate so far tonight's been just insane. There's one big, you know, silver lining mule deer grinding is like the mule deer are just big dudes. Even level 4s are big. Look at that absolute giant hiding out back there. 282 to 343 is a level, or yeah, he's level 4. I think he might have a shot. If he's got rear, yeah, he does. Maybe. He needs to have some thickness to him. He looks like he's got it, folks. I don't know. He looks maybe he might be a little weak. This could be a 300 plus mule deer, not quite diamond. Or it could be like a 310 right there at dime level 4. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought that had the same estimate. I was like, what? Like I said, I'm guessing between 308 and 312. Oh, I was way off. 293. Still absolute giant gold. He just didn't quite have the girth, I guess. That's for sure what dime racks look like. They're a little bit girthier, a little bit taller brow tines. That's a stud though. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is the last kill for this evening. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be back, and this time we'll be experiencing Wave the Hunter 2 for the very first time. I'm pretty excited. Again, 100% honest, I'm a little hesitant. I'm not sure what to expect. Because Call of the Wild's been thriving and jiving. It's not a competition or anything, but Call of the Wild's been thriving and jiving since 2017, and well, Wave the Hunter's only been out a couple of years, so I don't know what's going on. But I'm curious. Game looks great from what I've seen so far. Kind of excited to get out there and explore and see what that game has to offer as far as the outdoor hunting sim world goes. Hopefully it's awesome. So hope to see you guys there. Appreciate everybody stopping by tonight. Unfortunately, the great one yet again evades us, but it is what it is. It's a blast. I'm here for the experience, here for you guys. So it's been a lot of fun. And Lord willing, we'll see you guys tomorrow.